Most people are happy to reach the top in one field. Dr. David W. McLaughlin is an acknowledged leader in two. He is renowned as a brilliant research scientist and professor of mathematics and neuroscience. He is also provost, the chief academic administrator of New York University. Not bad for a young man from Woodbine, Iowa, who once aspired to be a football coach. That is, until he came to Creighton University and graduated summa cum laude as one of the first students to earn a bachelor's degree in physics. Today, he is lauded in the scientific community for his work in developing computational models of the primary visual cortex. And he is acknowledged in the academic community for his vision and his leadership at the nation's largest private university.
David McLaughlin is a brilliant scientist. He's methodical, meticulous, he's thoughtful, he's reflective, he looks at the world both in its most granular sense but also in its largest sense.
What I actually see in his work as an administrator is some of those very same qualities that has made him a National Academy member as a scientist. Namely, he brings the highest intelligence of the very, very highest order to all problems, big, small, in between, and he brings enormous integrity.
In terms of the abilities that he has, that he brought to bear on questions of how to manage research institutes, how to manage projects, how to plan for schools. He has an extraordinary ability to analyze situations, cut through the model, get to the bottom, to the heart of the matter, and solve problems.
Coming from a small farm town, Creighton was an absolutely perfect university for me to attend. The thing that was important about Creighton, though, was the mentoring that took place between the faculty at Creighton and the students. And Father McLaughlin worked individually with each one of the 80 or so students that were in that dormitory. Worked very closely, helping us with writing, critiquing our writing, making sure that we were studying and not doing other things. Just a tremendous mentor and just a great, great help for those transition years. But it wasn't only Father McLaughlin. Father Wagner, Father McShane in physics, in mathematics. The professors put up with me being in class without the proper background, would spend hours with me in the evenings to give me the background material, the prerequisite material for the class.
From his science, the idea that he has taken his expertise in mathematics and applied it to neuroscience and how the brain works, in essence, or a part of the brain works, really emblematizes what kind of scientist and person he is. And that is that he's interested at the very particular level, what's going on, and also very much in a global sense.
He is extremely loyal to his workers. He works with them as equals. He listens very well. He's able to absorb good ideas and make them come to fruition. NYU is a very vibrant place, but it's also an extremely chaotic place. And somehow somebody has to sort of make sure that some order comes out of the chaos.
Universities are the sole place where, in our society today, where problems can be studied with the depth and nuance that is required to attack complex issues. They begin with a situation in our country that is very soundbite oriented, that puts premium on very quick answers and that does not like nuanced, in-depth studies and debates over very complex issues, even though the issues are at a level of complexity that demand a very deep approach.
If you haven't had an opportunity to work for him, you don't really understand what it means working with a good boss. You develop as a person. You become a better person for having worked for him. and he does this with extraordinary humility and extraordinary friendship.